Good morning. Good morning. My name is Reverend Annie Bachelder, and I'm channeling live on Facebook right now on my Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness group page. And it's an interesting day. I'm getting over bronchitis, and so I feel a little odd, but getting better. I'm going to open the records. And good morning, Pat Hansen. Hi, how wonderful that you're here. I'm going to read a piece of my book called, it's chapter 11, called Your Spiritual Heart. And it's kind of interesting, I think. And I'll share the screen a little bit with you on the live video. First, we open the records. By the power of divine light within us, come, Holy Spirit, Spirit of light, Spirit of truth. For the highest good of all throughout time, fill our hearts with divine love as we humbly ask permission to open the Akashic Records to the highest realm of the records for this group. Akashic beings of light, guide this group to the deepest truth of our being, releasing any blocks and resistance to our abundance and highest good. Great Creatress, assist us to fully embody our soul's light, to fulfill our soul's purposes, and to heal any accumulated karma. Surround us with the enlightenment and wisdom of our masters, teachers, and loved ones. Clearly direct our perspective and actions to those that manifest our divine plan. Akashic beings of light, guide us to the deepest truth of our being, releasing any blocks and resistance to our abundance and highest good. Great Creatress, assist us to fully embody our soul's light, to fulfill our soul's purposes, and to heal any accumulated karma. Surround us with the enlightenment and wisdom of our masters, teachers, and loved ones. Clearly direct our perspective and actions to those that manifest our divine plan. Akashic beings of light, guide us to the deepest truth of our being, releasing any blocks and resistance to our abundance and highest good. Great Creatress, assist us to fully embody our soul's light, to fulfill our soul's purposes, and to heal any accumulated karma. Surround us with the enlightenment and wisdom of our masters, teachers, and loved ones. Clearly direct our perspective and actions to those that manifest our divine plan. Free of all resistance, judgment, and fear, free of all resistance, judgment, and fear, free of all resistance, judgment, and fear. We are now filled with divine love, and the records are now open. Good morning, Rebecca Donald. Thank you so much for being here. All right, this is chapter 11 of my book, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness. Greetings and welcome from Anubis. As your escort into and through this information, I am holding the overall connecting vibrations of this information. Whether you are the author or the reader, we are aware of you throughout time and are holding you lovingly in the light. We are with you whenever you read and whenever you think of the Akashic beings of light or of Anubis. We are providing guiding steps, new vibrations, and energy that assists you on your unique spiritual pathway. For many months now, we have been adding the element of your spiritual heart to Annie's guided meditations, Akashic readings, and Akashic energy processes. As we explore the topic of your spiritual heart, we are also drawn into key details about how your spiritual heart is involved with channeling. Let us explain. First, there exists your physical and emotional heart. This is the muscle that pumps blood and oxygen throughout your body. It is about the size of your fist. The physical heart is also the organ and location where humans feel and sense love, loss, heartbreak, disappointment, attraction, challenge, insecurity, inspiration, upliftment, and informs the brain as to actions and response. This heart is sourced at the physical level. The heart chakra exists at the energetic level closest to the body and is most closely connected to the body and its various functions. The heart chakra, or the fourth chakra, at rest, can extend its energy about 10 or 20 feet from your body. It opens or restricts the flow of love or connection with other objects of affection, depending on the physical and emotional experiences of the human, its family programming, and cultural beliefs. The heart chakra is a gathering place for the lower three chakra energies to coalesce and clarify before moving the energy up to the fifth, sixth, and seventh chakras. The heart chakra, when clear and balanced, adds clarity and love to the first, second, and third chakras below, and fuels the open, receptive energy and activities of the fifth, sixth, and seventh chakras above the heart chakra. Also, in the region of the chest and upper torso is your spiritual heart. The spiritual heart significantly encompasses and surpasses in size and volume of energy the heart chakra and the physical. Your heart purifies and intensifies the heart chakra and physical heart energy. Every time we guide Annie to become aware of or to activate her spiritual heart, she experiences an immense expansion and a corresponding visual. Trust what you receive if your visual or sense of knowing is different. Annie's visual shows an unlimited energetic range and a deep red center and an outer layer that becomes a diffuse red. This bullseye begins horizontally and extends outward in all directions. When fully open, your spiritual heart forms a sphere around the body. The intensity of your spiritual heart may fluctuate from day to day, but is always larger and more substantial than the radiations extending from the physical or the heart chakra. Your spiritual heart is always more magnetic in its attraction and manifestation capabilities, and is more powerful in its reception and transmission of universal spiritual love. The spiritual heart, while compact for its ability to project, is made of a dense, higher, and finer substance and vibration. It is very steady and extremely stable in its radiation. As a point of functionality, activating your spiritual heart immediately releases you from attachment to your personal agenda, grants you the objectivity needed in the moment to navigate potentially treacherous emotional waters, and lifts your spirit. Steeped in acceptance, it causes you to be in the flow. You naturally move into a state of harmony each time you activate your spiritual heart. Your spiritual heart forms the center of your energy sensing capabilities. Love is the first energy a developing embryo senses, then learns to transmit even as a single cell becoming multi-cell. Love is the fundamental ray of light a human being senses when it becomes conscious of the light. Love is the fundamental vibration a human being senses when becoming spiritually aware. Love is the carrier wave upon which a complex transmission is sent so that it bypasses the traps in the ordinary human mind. Love enters the spiritual heart and is unerringly transposed into words, symbols, concepts, and motivation with the heart, which the heart chakra and physical heart can receive. The spiritual heart contains a skill set instilled in every human, in every sentient earth creature, and in all transcendent beings of light. Allowing reception of communication at the level prior to language, the spiritual heart contains the potential to be developed in a highly complex and erudite receiver, transponder, and communication device. The spiritual heart transposes energetic information into language, visions, and sensations, fulfilling the requirements to channel. This is the technical explanation of what happens when you channel. Messages of any worth are always contain the core carrier frequencies of love. This is the benchmark of quality, of universality, and the value of messages that reach beyond the world of form, the limits of time. The message stands the test of time, generations of time, is carried upon or woven into the core frequency of love. Love is the center frequency of this missive. Activating your spiritual heart is a soul level activity which amplifies the messages you receive, whether as intuition, channeling, or from your Akashic Records. Your spiritual heart mixes with your soul's light consciousness, connecting you with the divine, whereas the heart chakra is centered in the body, preparing you for connection with your soul and connection with Great Creatress. Activating your spiritual heart makes it safe for the personality, your human self, to receive and transmit channeled information and energy. Built into the experience of the spiritual heart is the establishment of trust. Trust in the human receiver's capability, trust in the entity transmitting the message, trust in the accuracy, quality, and usefulness of the information being transmitted. We think that is enough for today. Let's get started on the subject matter of today's information, your spiritual heart, trusting the divine. Good morning, Rebecca Donald. Good morning, Cheryl Mullet. Good morning, Stephanie Ansley Miller. I do feel more energetic after Stephanie's healing on me yesterday and yesterday afternoon. Thank you so much. I needed it. So, what is your questions for Anubis on the Akashic beings of light? And what is your spiritual heart calling this time? I wanted to give you a taste of what the book is about, and the quality of information that is in it and how it can lift you. I wanted you to have an experience of this book in a way that is useful to you, valuable, be of service to you. It may give you energy that opens up some more pathways into your soul. So Pat Hansen is asking, will I be moving in the next 3 years? We're looking long term, aren't you, good, my friend? All right, let's look at your physical timeline and your spiritual timeline. Thank you, Stephanie Ansley. I love you. Love it. You can appreciate it. So, Pat, this is the information I'm getting. We greet you. Welcome from Anubis. We are at your service. And your spiritual timeline shows you moving to India towards the end of 2 to 3 years from now. And at first, you may go there for a 3 or 4 month section of time, mostly as a spiritual boost to where you are now and to settle you into and give you a chance to organize your energies over there and perhaps make arrangements to rent out your house. We don't see you selling your home here in California. That is not necessary. Although finding a good tenant would be essential to making this trip useful, productive, and worry-free for you. So someone is there to do maintenance and watering and be a presence in the home. And we do see you wanting to make that big spiritual leap. The pavement is being laid now for these soul level jumps in spiritual growth over the next year. So 12 months to 18 months, that is being set in place as you have requested. For it is always at essence of who you are to be growing spiritually and being of service spiritually. And we see you doing so even more so fully in India. It is as if you are taking ordination over there, getting spiritual orders there in India. You might also have a side trip somewhere on this journey to Germany. There are several very old churches in Germany which are calling to you from your past lives, where you can go and pick up additional information and energy that you have left behind. There are some spiritual tags that you have left in those locations that you need to collect as a way of fitting up your energy body to be of even more use to you spiritually and to others spiritually. And your service is going to be much more overt in this last 10, 12, 14, 15 years of your life, so that you are fulfilling the contract you made with the divine and fulfilling your soul's purposes and fulfilling that deep yearning from within to be of use, to be a pencil in the hand of the divine, as Mother Teresa said, or to be of use for you. And you will be drawing upon lots of different past lives, energy, and information that you have collected along the way. You've been evolving for quite a long time. And this will be the culmination of a great amount of evolution. And there will be great strides for you in the depth of your divine immersement in the energies over the next few years will be truly fulfilling. And I do sense that you've been quite hungry for this and been looking for a source of energy and information. And so we suggest that it is in you and it is coming far more to the surface so that you won't have to feel as if you are trying to dive down under the water to get to your connection with the source, the divine, but that the connection is surfacing and becoming much more present to you and easily available to you day by day. And as such, it is no accident that you heard this chapter or this portion of the chapter on your spiritual heart, because it is through your spiritual heart that you are growing and that you are abiding and being lifted up into higher energies and being more and more useful to the divine. And it is through your spiritual heart that you love the people, whether at the mission or in the neighborhood, or those who are suffering anywhere on the earth. And if you are thinking about doing some kind of mission, say to Syria or Turkey to aid the people of the earthquakes, or perhaps in South America, not getting a lot of go ahead on that. There is something holding back on that. So it is not happening right now. Perhaps along the way, after your trip to Germany to visit these churches and these spiritual sites. I'm not getting other European areas so much as Germany. 2-3 churches there that are of significance, of value to you. Perhaps after that, you will be drawn to Croatia or the Ukraine to help in rebuilding and in healing. Remember, it's the ego that divides and separates. It is the spiritual heart that reunifies. Very good. Okay. Let's see. Thank you. All right. Stephanie says, I was hearing the phrase fire and water for your healing yesterday. What does that mean as a tool of healing, as its elements? Is it elemental? And if so, how can we tap into the combination? Well, you are looking at them as if they are opposites, and yet they both have the ability to purify and to reform energy and elements into different substances. So when you look at fire and water as opposites, you also look right in the where they might touch or overlap, right in that connection point, because they both have similar qualities. One changes and transforms through heat, and the other transforms and changes through slow drips or waterfalls and pounds rocks into particulate matter, or forms stalactites and stalagmites and crystals and so forth in the elements that settle in the water and creates crystals and jewels, so forth. And so both have these amazing transformative capabilities. Fire can melt metals and remold them, and it can melt rocks, which we think of as impermeable and permanent. But fire can transform them altogether. And fire can transform water into steam and make it into a gas. And water can cool fire and make the fire and the elements within that being consumed by the fire into solid substances again. They're both transformative. And so that meeting point in the middle is transformation. And so what you are working with is the transformation of opposites and the interrelatedness of what appears to be opposites. And when you think of bronchitis, you think of a cold. And the word cold has a temperature. And so it might elicit fire as warmth, or hot baths as heat, in order to melt the sluggish energies and to move energy. And it is true that it is your love that is the transformation energy that literally sparks the transformation in the energy of healing. Thank you for your love. I'm honored. And what other information might we make available to this beautiful group of people? Good morning, Marco. Thank you for being here. It's quite an inspiration. Yes. And you all are tools of healing. You all are transformers of energy. You are all carrier frequencies of divine love. And you all bring forth energy of transformation into everything and anyone that you touch. You all are very powerful beings. It is our pleasure to be working with such a group. An honor. Would any of you have another question? Still clearing. Still clearing. Yes, yes, yes. That's good. I want all of you to know that you're invited to join the member portal. And this is where we study a chapter a month of my book, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, an Akashic Records guide to living a fulfilled life and connect more deeply with your soul and with the divine through your soul. And much more is revealed along the path. As you can tell, it's one of my favorite chapters, chapter 11, the spiritual heart. And it is most valuable and surprisingly technical, and yet spiritual as well. It's a little bit, it's esoteric, but sometimes some esoteric information is really inspiring and lays a lot of the pathway for additional growth to come and allows for greater growth. more information, new information coming in is inspiring and helpful. And the way you sign up for the member portal is to go to my website and click on member portal. It's right, shows up right away in there, and sign up. It does cost $100 a month, but you get lots of instruction and lots of time to ask questions. You learn how to work in the records efficiently and accurately, and bring forth that information that is within you to bring forth. Because you and your soul working in the Akashic Records is a mighty combination. There's endless depth to plumb in each of you, because you are such spiritual sounders and spiritually alive and deep people. So there's a lot to be gained. You also get the full moon and new moon ceremonies as they occur each month. And so there's lots of interaction and depth that you get through this member portal. If you'd like to learn more about my book and be in connection with Anubis and the Akashic beings of light and your own personal spiritual team in the Akashic Records, each one of you has a set of masters, teachers, and the loved ones. The masters are beings of light who have come to your side as soon as the divine sparks you into a point of consciousness, and from then into a soul. And these beings of light are with you for your entire journey. They are here to support you. They are here to invite you. They are here to uplift you. They are here to help you at all times, 24/7, 365 days a year. They're always at your beck and call, and they love you unconditionally. It is a kind of solid love that is rarely experienced on earth and well worth it. And teachers are lesson specific. So if you have particular topics that you are studying or working on, or perhaps skill sets or building skills that you're working on, then you will have teachers to help you learn about these things. And they will be with you as long as you need them. And loved ones are those people that you've known in this lifetime, but who are now dead, but they have decided to keep an eye on you. Excuse me. And provide love and support from the sidelines. And sometimes they have things to say. They might be reporting for your ancestors. And they might just be that lady down the street who loved you as a child, got you just the cutest things, and always wanted to keep an eye on you and provide support in your travels. So that's the spiritual team that is built into your Akashic Records and is available to you when you learn how to work in the records. It's quite informative. All right, my voice is giving out. I want to thank you for the opportunity to love you, to show you who I am and who my guides are. It's time for me to sign off. Thank you for being with me, and my love to you. AnnieChannels.com.